Who you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Levery, King Mike L from legitpodcast.com. Today, it's legit Giants football. I'm going to make this video for all my fellow Giants fans so we can all get on the same page, because it's not just how bad we have been, it's how stupid, like, the social media people are with explaining the Giants and talking about the Giants and giving all this inside information. It's like the information is almost as bad as the team has been. So what's wrong with the New York Giants? Want to know what's wrong with the New York Giants? Like, right now, here's my biggest problem. Let me get on my box again. Right now, everyone's talking about, oh, God, I hope we get Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. We need a franchise quarterback. We got to make sure we get a franchise quarterback. How's your offensive line? How's it been? How's the offensive line been since Eli Manning's last years, where he was getting smashed around and looked like Beetle Bailey half the time, where they would have to like readjust all his equipment? Why would you want a quarterback right now when we still don't have an offensive line? Look. Andrew Thomas, great. Gets hurt all the time. All the time, right? Our guards, Runyon's like, and then don't even ever say the name of Zudu again. Why even in the beginning they would take Zudu and make him play left tackle instead of having right tackle Evan Neal, who played left tackle in college, go to the left side? I know he was horrible and he's a bust, but he could have been worse than a Zudu, who was a guard in North Carolina, to play left tackle. I digress. So what is wrong with the New York Giants? Well, we all want a future quarterback. Yeah, that's great. But until we have an offensive line, and until we sign Stephon Diggs and someone like that and add weapons, our quarterback is just going to get beat up. Cam Ward will make a bunch of mistakes. Shedeur Sanders will turn into like Chad Pennington. Yeah. So you got Brian Daboll, right? You kept him. You kept him and Shane, so you got to believe in what they're doing. They got a bunch of picks. I thought that Brian Daboll, the whole thing about him was that he was good at creating quarterbacks. That's what I thought. I thought he was good at creating quarterbacks, right? So why don't you, in the second round, just take a quarterback that's like a project, like what? Just Jalen, I'll never remember his last name. There's a couple kids that are like, yeah, that's what Josh Allen was. It was a project. You made him into a quarterback. That's what we hope you could do. Why would you want to take a Shedeur Sanders at 3 when we don't have an offensive line yet? But all right, let's explain this stupidity, because there's a way I go about my theory of the Giants breakdown. First off, let's go to 2019. Let's see if I can share this. Oh boy. Hopefully we can see that. Let's see how I'm doing. Nope, can't see that. All right, let's stop sharing this, and then we'll share this. There we go. All right. This is the 2019 draft by the New York Football Giants. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong one. You son of a gun, bastard. You're out to get me. You're out to get me. Where the hell's the first one? I want. Come on now. Oh, here it is. 2018. This is what the shit I'm talking about. I believe everything started with the Saquon Barkley pick. And I have his jersey signed behind me, which just adds a little more, it's a bit more ironic. Don't you think? Here was the draft. Here's how we've drafted since 2019. Okay. This is how we've drafted. Just so you guys who are Giants fans, even the younger ones that are keep talking about Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. We got to get a quarterback. We still don't have an offensive line. We still don't have cornerbacks. We don't really have linebackers, and we have one great defensive tackle. Anyways, Saquon Barkley with the number 2 pick. How did that pan out for the Giants? How did it pan out for the Giants? I don't care about what you thought about him at the time. How did it pan out for the Giants? You know how it panned out for the Giants? We were horrible when we had him. Him and Philly right now, currently in the NFC Championship game. He ran for 205 yards in the playoffs. So how was that pick for us? We let him walk away. We didn't get any compensation. To me, that's a horrible pick. Okay, Will Hernandez. Horrible guard. He didn't last very long. Horrible guard. Lorenzo Carter. Nope. No. Name, nope. He's a serviceable linebacker at best. BJ Hill. Maybe we had a couple of decent years as a sub, as a backup. Kyle Aletta, I don't know why. And then RJ McIntosh, no. That whole draft is a complete wash. Just not even close to any value came from it. Like nothing good came from any of the picks. I guess that's my biggest complaint. Not a single thing good came from this draft. Okay. So hey, you say, hey, Mike, 2019 though, Shane takes over. No, it's not Shane. It's still what's his face? Hey, I'm gonna do this to myself all the time. Why do I forget? You know what? I don't write things down, and I don't like things in front of me. I like to do things live, but I always forget the big loudmouth's name. I'll remember it as we go. All right, let's go. Let me go over this for you because I know you can't see this. Where is it? Come on. Okay, in the first round, the New York Football Giants drafted Daniel Jones in 2019. Now, let me explain something to you. This led to mayhem. People got famous for reacting, mad that the Giants drafted Daniel Jones. So I had no problem with the pick. To this day, I still had no problem with the pick. I don't think Daniel was a bad quarterback. I say was. I think he had a neck injury or two, and he got knocked out that time. And when we last saw him, he didn't have the same arm. I mean, he was called Danny Dimes because he was just dropping stuff in. He couldn't drop anything in anymore. So I think he was just another byproduct of how bad an offensive line is. I'm just going to keep saying that till someone out there in the Giants nation hears that, and we just go, look, stop with the quarterbacks and shit. Can you fix the line? All right. So in 2019, they take Daniel Jones. How did that end up for us? We got the kid hurt multiple times, and we released him and still owe him $20-something million. How did that turn out for us in 2019? Horrendous. Then, boom, goes the dynamite, the best pick of the whole, maybe of this whole draft in years, Dexter Lawrence. The best defensive tackle in the NFL. Don't want to hear nothing about it. Go Giants. Then we trade back up into the first round to make another first-round pick, a third one. And we take DeAndre. I got arrested at a card game, Baker, with a gun. I'm gone. That draft pick, that first-round pick, another trade-up, wash. Done. Daniel Jones, you released him. Dexter Lawrence, unbelievable. DeAndre Baker, completely gone. Guys, in the first round, they're supposed to be great players. You're hoping to God in the first 30 picks you get some starting NFL players, 17 and up. You're looking at guys that might go to the Hall of Fame. No, sir. We don't draft until the third round. We take O'Shane Ximenez. You know how long they said he was going to be a good defensive end? And he's just hurt, nothing, right? Julian Love. Hey, that sounds familiar, that name. He plays, where does he play? Is it Seattle? Is he on a team that's, is there any value there yet other than Dexter Lawrence? No, I just money we're losing. Ryan Connolly. Okay. Darius Slayton. Yeah, it's a great 5th-round pick. But you know what? Darius Slayton has always been a B+ wide receiver. That's it. It's simple as that. Look, dude, I might be a B+, whatever it is I do. It is what it is if that's the case. But Darius Slayton is a B-plus wide receiver, will never be anything more. He just goes long and doesn't catch it all the time. You know, wide receivers, they're supposed to catch the ball. Then Corey Ballentine, gone. George, can't pronounce his name. What's the point? He's not on the team anymore either. So, all right, that's 2018. That's 2019. That's some pretty horrible. You got to admit, that's some pretty horrible drafting, right? Like you got to think who's in charge and like how can we stop them from being in charge because they obviously don't know how to draft. All right, but then we go to 2020. Here we go to the wild blue yonder. All right, 2020. A lot of picks here. Andrew Thomas, All-Pro left tackle. I love you, Andrew Thomas, but you can't stay healthy. You're a left tackle. You can't stay healthy. Left tackles, if they start to break down the legs, the knees, they lose the get out. They can't get there in time. The hands don't. So, yeah, all right. Love Andrew Thomas. I would like to see him be healthier. I wish nothing but health upon you so you can bring us back to where we belong as a football team, and that's the top of the heap. I digress. Second round pick, Xavier McKinney. Almost got Defensive Player of the Year this year for Green Bay. We let him walk. Yeah, we let him walk, and he's, all pro, safety, whatever it is. And, boy. And, we're going to get like a fourth round compensation pick for it. Okay. Then Matt Pert, one of the worst tackles I've ever seen play football. Matt Pert was just an below average, wherever you put him, a little below average. Darnay Holmes, how he stayed on the team for so long, God, I do not know. I don't know. Darnay Holmes would make every now and then a really good play. But then if you were paying attention, every other play, I don't know if Darnay Holmes knew where Darnay Holmes was. Maybe he does have the Ricky Henderson issue. Then Shane Lemieux. He fought hard for us. He's part of one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life, so I don't know what you want me to say. Carter Coughlin. It was a good story. Yeah, defensive end. He was good on special teams. T.J. Brunson, linebacker. Yeah, no. Chris Williamson, Tate Crowder. He stuck around for a while, but, nobody was really any good. So you drafted one really good guy who can't stay healthy, and then you drafted an all-pro that you let walk away in free agency for no compensation, except one of those compensatory picks, which is like, it's degrading. So you say, Mike, what happened in 2021? I'd be like, well, guy, let me tell you what happened in 2021. Let me make sure I have 2021. God damn it, even. God damn it, anyway. 2021. All right. You say, Mike, what happened in 2021? Oh, all right, I'll tell you how the Giants drafted. The Giants went with Kadarius Toney with the number one pick. Kadarius Toney. When they drafted him, his hair was dyed different colors, and he already had several rap songs out on like SoundCloud with guns and shit like that you don't just want to put in the public as a pro athlete. He was crazy. We traded him to KC. He helped them win a Super Bowl, and now he's just still kind of crazy. Azeez Ojulari injury. I love Azeez Ojulari. I have said since day one that Azeez has a better move and is quicker on the edge than Kayvon could dream to be. Azeez has a lean that Kayvon could only dream to have, right? Can't stay healthy. Dude can't stay healthy. I mean, what do you do this year? Do you sign him? Do you re-sign him? I would re-sign him because I believe in the talent. It's just, man, how many games can you miss? Aaron Robinson. Well, Ellerson Smith. That turned out well. Gary Brightwell. Yeah. Gary Brightwell, a great third running back. Rodarius Williams. 2021. That draft. You got a guy who did nothing for your team, went nuts, you traded to the Chiefs. Then a guy who could be really good, but it's always hurt. And then Everybody else did nothing for the team. Nothing. They're gone. They're just either gone or they do nothing for the team. So it's like, Mike, how can that be? How can they be so bad as a team that picks other teams? And I would honestly say to you, I don't know. But let's go over what happened now in 2022. Hey, it's 2022. All right, here we go. We had 2 first-round picks, my man. 2 in the top 7. That's like a dream come true. With the first pick, the number 5 pick, we take Kayvon Thibodeaux, defensive end, Oregon. Now, I love Kayvon Thibodeaux too. I do. But I don't feel like he puts out the dog in him. I feel like he's protecting at sometimes the product. Like he doesn't. I don't know how to tell you guys this. He doesn't get after it the way that I expected him to get after it. Like his burst, his get up is not what I thought it would be. He's got better in the run than I thought he would be. And I think that he's still young and he could become great. But have I been overly impressed with Kayvon Thibodeaux? No. I think Brian Burns, the guy we traded for, is better than him. And I think Azeez could be better than Kayvon if Azeez was healthy. I digress. Then we took left tackle Evan Neal. Oh, he was a surefire left tackle. Are you kidding me? 4-star recruit out of Alabama. This left tackle was amazing. This kid couldn't play right tackle or any spot on the offensive line in the NFL if he was protecting pudding cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was been horrendous. I don't know why they haven't tried him at guard, like the guy we got from Miami years back that ended up becoming a great guard for, like, Washington. Okay, so Evan Neal, first-round pick, complete and total bust. Done. He just horrible. Horrendous. Wan'Dale Robinson in the second. Wan'Dale could be a great slot receiver. But that's it. You already got Malik. You need another big guy on the outside. You need to sign Stephon Diggs. In the third round, we got hot. Josh Ezeudu, offensive tackle from UNC. Horrendous. Cordell Flott, defensive back in the third round. No. He's only been on our team because our team's that bad where he can be on that team. Daniel Bellinger. No, he's gotten worse. It seems he had like his rookie year was decent, then he got worse, and Theo Johnson's much better. Don't need him. Dane Belton. Okay. Micah McFadden. I like Micah McFadden. He runs straight very fast. If you ask me what else he does, I would tell you he's very good at running straight fast. DJ Davidson? Yeah, well, that's that's one of the guys on our line that helps us not be able to stop anybody from running the ball. And Marcus McKeithen, offensive line. We all know that name because we all have a Marcus McKeithen jersey. So I won't even go into that one. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We're gonna go to 2020. No, I don't. You know what? That we draft so bad that I will lose track of the year because God only knows what year we're in. 2023. Okay. 2023. Mike, how'd they do in 2023? Oh, we did incredible in 2023. Our number 1 pick, Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks. I'm sorry. So this is Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks, as a professional cornerback, has had a couple of plays that makes me question, does he want to play football? Because where's the dog in him? When I say dog, man, I mean somebody that they don't care what play it is, but every play that they're in on, they're going to hit somebody. They're looking to hit somebody or have some sort of contact. Him pulling up on plays has been like, do you know it's just horrendous. Oh, all right, hold on. I gotta bring back the screen because I had to speak to Deontay Banks. Anyways, so Deontay Banks in the first round. I don't see it. I don't think he's not going to be a number one defensive back. So again, we're still looking for a line and we're still looking for cornerbacks. How we been in this time warp? Is this paranormal? The fact that we can't fix the line and get a cornerback for 10 years now? John Michael Schmitz, offensive center. Mike's hasn't been John Mike's hasn't been very good. John Mike's, if you go by the whole PFF scoring, stinks. Jalen Hyatt, oh, he can run fast and deep. We don't ask him to, and we don't even throw him the ball. He was a great weapon though to trade up to get, but we don't even throw him we don't throw him the ball. Running back Eric Gray, he's a phenom. Trey Hawkins, bust. Jordan Riley, Javarius Owens. Like, guys, that's 2023. Look. You know you have a little understanding of Giants fans' pain. Like the fact that I'm rattling off these drafts and every one of them is upsetting my dog, and it really is ridiculous. Now, how do we do last year, Mike? Well, I'll tell you. First round, Malik Neighbors. Now, Malik looks like the physically gifted freak nature. Do I think Malik will be a long-time New York Football Giant? No. The answer is no. Malik will play his contract out and sign for something big somewhere else. That's the thing. We will never keep Malik Neighbors after his rookie contract. Tyler Nubin. I guess I'm trying to be positive. Andrew Phillips. Positive. Like Andrew Phillips. Like his size, like the way he plays. He's got the dog in him. Theo Johnson. Could be a good project, man. I mean, he's big, can run. Give him some time, I guess. Tyrone Tracy Jr. surprised us all. He had a phenomenal rookie season. He could get even better. We could end up with a better running back than him. But him as that change of pace option, the way he runs so aggressively, I'll take it. And then Darius Muasau. Just another linebacker. Just another guy to come in, play linebacker, and, not call his name. So Tyrone Tracy was a great one, I think. Let me just keep it at that. Andrew Phillips, I know. Theo Johnson's a project. Nubin's like, maybe. And Malik Neighbors is but we're going to have issues with him. There'll be issues. He's got this Terrell Owens type vibe that I get. And I'm like, I'm just waiting for, like, when they're filming Malik, doing the bench press in his driveway. So that's 2024. That was the last one. So let's go then to this. This is what I want everyone to see. So as a Giants fan, because we gotta get a quarterback. It's got to be Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. It's got to be. We need a quarterback. Yeah, we do because the the Giants record in the last 10 years from 2015 to 2024 is as follows: 6-10. So that's a losing season. Okay. 11-5, 2016, ban a year, right? Here we go. 2017, 3-13, 2018, 5-11, 2019, 4-12, 2020, 6-10, 2021, 4-13. Now, for everybody that does math and for everybody that hates math, from the year 2017 all the way to 2021, we won 3, 5, 4, 6, and 4. games and mostly a 16-game season. Okay, that's the product, right? Then Daboll and Shane show up. We go 9-7-1 and make the playoffs and beat the Vikings in the playoffs. And we go 6-11. And now we go 3-14. I had the math written out and I think I threw it away, but the Giants are basically 57 or 59 wins like this whole time. Like they break my heart. Like, I thought about filing a class action lawsuit against the New York Football Giants because I feel like they've made life so much harder for us Giants fans because, I mean, we're always going to root for the greatest team that's ever been in football that ever will be, the New York Football Giants. But they got to show us that they care too. They got to show us that that they're not just all drinking the Kool-Aid. And as fans, I beg you all, stop talking about a freaking quarterback. We still do not have an offensive line or cornerbacks. When we have an offensive line, and only then, and when we have cornerbacks, someone can come talk to me about drafting the quarterback of the future. That's the agreement that I want to have with Giants fans. Like, can we just shut up about the whole idea of the Giants drafting a quarterback right now? Why? He's going to get killed. You know what? I've had this conversation 2 years in a row now with my son, King Mike Jr. He's older now. He's in his early 20s. But we've had the conversation 2 years in a row, and here's how it's going. Hey, we look really good this year. I got a lot of talent. I'm like, yeah, but what about the offensive line? Like, you feel good with it? 2 years in a row. The last 2 years, I've said that. It's like, yeah, they changed everything. They brought in Runyon. They brought in, Van Routen. Van Rotten, how you want to pronounce it. That's a good guard. But, like, everybody else is like, we still don't have an offensive line. I'd like a better center. We'd like I guess we're hoping Jermaine Illuminor comes back, and even as he gets older, he still can play right tackle. And we're hoping Andrew Thomas doesn't get hurt. He comes back healthy to play left tackle. Then I guess we're hoping that John Michael Schmitz can learn how to play center better. And I guess we're hoping that John Runyon, who obviously has hit his ceiling and a potential, can somehow get better. And I guess we're hoping that Van Routen is not going to be too old and still be able to play. I guess that's what we're hoping, right? I guess that's what we're hoping. We still do not have an offensive line. We don't. The Eagles, the Cowboys, they all have better offensive lines than we do. We don't have cornerbacks. We don't have another defensive tackle who can stop the run. Our middle linebacker, Okereke, is great, but McFadden runs straight. We need another banging linebacker. We need a disruptor. We need a beast. We need an edge rusher. But we need offensive line. I don't give a flying fignet about a quarterback. You look for a quarterback in the second and third round. You pick some young kid who can throw the ball a mile and can run a 4.3. And Daboll, you take him in your supposed quarterback making labs and you friggin' make a quarterback. You don't waste it on the second round pick of Shedeur Sanders, who's going to be the Chad Pennington of his generation. Give me a break. But Giants fans, I love you guys, right? But I always watch a different Giants podcast. I'm always watching Giants podcasts. And it's like, I know you're just doing content for the sake of doing content, but like, and I know it's boring, I guess, if all you talked about was the offensive line, but I almost feel like as Giants fans, we should just boycott everything and only speak of the offensive line until the offensive line is fixed. And don't tell me that you like that lineup right now, that's fixed, because it's not. It's just not. And don't tell me about all the quarterbacks, defensive ends, all the great talent that's out there. I believe you that it's out there. But until we get cornerbacks and an offensive line, it should be a boycott on topics. It's just I don't want to talk about quarterbacks. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like I don't have a house and you're telling me about the roof. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a house built yet, and you're like, yeah, the roof, I just got it in. Oh, it's shiny. Yeah. What is it gonna stand on? We haven't had a foundation, an offensive line in over. Ugh. You know what, guys? The New York Football Giants, the fact that they have won 3 games, 5 games, 4, 6, 4, 9, 6, and 3. Take away that 1 year where they win 11 games, and they well, I'm sorry, it's 2 years. They won 11 games in 2018 and 9 in 2022. So we'll take those 2 out. We're only going by the other 8. But the other 8, you got 3 6s, 2 3s, 5 or 4. It's just absolutely pitiful. And this one is the worst season the Giants have had in 10 years. That's the other part of this. It's also the worst season we've had in 10 years. Actually, you know what? You might have to go back to the 70s or early 80s before LT to find a team close to this. It's got to be a Pisacek type 70s Giants. Because, dude, imagine, like, I go to games. I pay to go to games. You know what I mean? I like to go to games. I go to the games. I pay the money to go to the games. What happens? They win 4 games this year, 6 games this year, 3 games this year. 3 games. That's 17 games played. And I, as a Giants fan, got to celebrate it 3 times. And you know what? I didn't even celebrate it 3 times. You know what happened? Celebrated it twice. The last time, I couldn't friggin' believe we beat the Colts. There was no point in that at all. None. Should have never beat the Colts. Why would you do it? Why would you do that? You blew it. Sorry. Those are all Italian movie references. So, you're going to keep Daboll. Okay. You're going to keep Shane. Okay. When it's the Eagles and the Bills in the Super Bowl, and Saquon Barkley sets a Super Bowl record, do you think John Mara is going to wrestle Joe Shane to the ground? Like, they let go Xavier McKinney this year and Saquon Barkley. Xavier McKinney went to Green Bay, became an all-pro safety. Phenomenal year. And Saquon Barkley ran for 2,000 yards, just had 205 in the last playoff game as they head in to play the Commies in the NFC Championship game, where I think Jaden Daniels, that fizzles out. And unfortunately, the most vile, disgusting team has ever played football, the Eagles. I see the Eagles-Bills. I hate the Eagles. There's no team I hate more than the Eagles as a Giants fan. I know how you guys are. I know some Giants fans like to hate Cowboy fans, but it's like everybody hates Cowboy fans. Like let everybody else hate Cowboy fans. And some of us, I guess you got to be more of an old timer. Hate the Commies when they were the Skins, but I'm so like I don't even consider them in the conference sometimes. Like I can't. Their uniforms alone, right, are so boring and just so ugly. They're maroon and yellow. It's just like, and you should have stayed with the Washington football team, you idiots. Or you could have went with the Hogs. The Hogs would have been a great name, not the Commies. But I hate the Eagles. The Eagles are the team I hate the most. And then we know what's messed up is the Eagles have fought with the Giants, even behind the scenes. If you guys remember a couple years back, the Giants, to get into the playoffs, needed the Cowboys to lose to the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts was playing. And all of a sudden, Nate Sudfeld came in with gloves the size of Roger Rabbit. Nate Sudfeld, I actually said to my son before the ball was snapped, how is he going to handle the ball with gloves like Mickey Mouse? First snap you watch was fumbled. You couldn't handle it. Proceeded to lose. Eagles get into the playoffs. Giants don't. Right? Or Cowboys get into the playoffs. I'm sorry. Cowboys get into the playoffs. Giants don't. The next year's draft, the Cowboys are drafting one in front of the Giants. The Giants want Devonta Smith. The Eagles say, hey, Cowboys, we scratch your back, you scratch ours. Let's trade picks. The Eagles trade with the Cowboys, go one in front of the Giants, take Devonta Smith right there and then. That's, to me, that's collusion. That's working together to, like, horrendous. I hate them all. But so let me leave you with something positive. We need to go back to Giants football. And I argue with anybody who says to me, "Oh, give me a break with that Giants football. That's so old." No. We need to go back to being able to smash people in the mouth, right? And just keep coming at them. I wish we looked at football players this way, right? I wish that all of us fantasy geeks and all that shit got out of the room. And when a guy came in, you talked to him. You looked at what his numbers, but you don't make his numbers define the player. You want to see game tape? That's one. And then two, does he want to play football? Does he want to play football, a brutal sport where you have to be a brutal person? It has to be in you. I don't give a shit what anyone says. So I'm an offensive lineman, right? You come in, a couple of linemen come in, say to one guy, what do you think makes you stand out? And he's like, oh, my technique, my lateral movement, my blah. And you're like, oh, great. Next time you say, well, what makes you stand out? And he's like, I just smash and push the guy where he's supposed to go. And you go, draft him. I don't want the guy who knows all the numbers and does all the scientific and fancy movement. Draft the guy who's going to just smash the other guy. Come on. Round it up. Smash. Don't. I just want football players. Am I wrong? I just want football players. Am I going to be angry if the Giants take Shedeur Sanders? Yes, if we do not fix the fucking offensive line. And I can't believe it. I'm saying it again heading into the 2025 season. I'm saying the same words. I'm saying the same two positions. Can we fix the offensive line and get cornerbacks? It doesn't matter who. You could pick any one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now, put them behind the Giants offensive line. Tell me how they do. And if you say, oh, Drew Lock had a great game. Yeah, he did against such a great team in the Colts. Well, that's me, Michael B. King, Miguel. That is some Giants, legit Giants football. I'm going to start giving you some updates when things happen, but I'm not going to jump on the horrible rumors. And I'm really serious about I'm trying to stay away from talking about quarterbacks until we have an offensive line and cornerbacks. It's me, Michael B. King, Miguel. This was Legit Giants Football. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Leave me comments in the chat. If you disagree with something I said, let me know. If you agreed with something I said, let me know. And if you're one of the true, legit Giants football fans, you know we need an offensive line and cornerbacks. It's